Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to All in Good Sport. My name's Krish and I'm here with Joe Rainbow.
Hello.
Jimmy Blackburn.
Howdy.
And Alfie Langford. Welcome back,
Hello.
ladies and gents. As I was doing that, I was thinking, can I remember the episode number? I can't. I think it's 19 because I think I was excited by the prospect of hitting 20 episodes. But it might be 19, it might be not. So, whatever it is, I'm hoping you're enjoying All in Good Sport so far. How are we all?
Not very well.
Yeah,
It's cold season, isn't it?
Yeah, I think you can hear it in some of our voices. We're kind of getting a little bit sicker.
I will be
Joe's quite
I'll
phlegmy.
be pressing the quite a lot. This
Yeah,
episode.
it's a bit of a dreary afternoon, really. I sort of stepped out the house and I was quite warm body wise, but my hands were absolutely frozen. I just don't like gloves. Is the problem.
It's meant to snow tonight, isn't it?
I
Is
think
it?
So. I think so, yeah.
So we were just discussing prior to the podcast. I want to go and play golf tomorrow, but
Good luck,
the
mate.
technician has sort of informed me that there's a yellow warning for snow. So it could be an interesting one, to be fair.
It's going to be like 1 degree at most.
But
You're sort of making your own golf holes in the snow. aren't you?
yeah, I think it'll be quite an enjoyable experience. But we'll see. I hope I sort of separate to the golf. I do hope it snows because I quite like the snow.
Mhm.
But the thing is, what I hate, and I don't know if this is like a shared feeling, but if it snows, I want it to snow properly.
Yeah.
I hate kind of weak snow.
Mushy snow.
Yeah, snow when it doesn't settle just feels
Oh,
pointless.
it's dreadful, isn't it?
Yeah, it like non-settled snow is so woke.
It'd be
Yeah, I'm
nice
not a
to
fan
have
of that.
snow on my birthday. That'd be quite cool.
Yeah, that would be good.
Well, it needs to snow enough, so I'd have to go into the office.
Yeah, actually, if you're listening to the podcast hopefully I'll put this out tonight because I've been quite energetic today. But if you're listening and this is out before Wednesday, on Wednesday, message Alfie Langford and say happy birthday because it's Proddy's birthday on Wednesday. Proddy, what are we up to on Wednesday?
Going for a meal
Nice,
and filming paddle.
nice.
For LSTV.
How is
He's
LSTV
working
going?
on his birthday, bless him.
How is LSTV going? Give us a little update.
It's been a bit stressful recently.
Yeah.
After certain events.
How are your boys' radio shows going?
Yeah, they're going well. I mean, there wasn't one this week because she went home. Izzy went home for a bit.
That sounded so
Um,
sad.
You know?
Yeah, and I've been ill all weekend, so I didn't feel up to it. But yeah, not too bad. We've sort of got over the stage of technical hitches now,
Yeah.
so yeah, settled in a bit.
Yeah, I've been enjoying mine. I do my continental buffet every couple of weeks. Talked about Germany this week. It was good fun. Started off with a bit of Mambo number 5 because Lou Bega is German.
Lou Baker's German.
Lou Bega's German.
That's so
Lou
random.
Bega's his middle name, as in like Le Bega. That's his middle name. He's a German geezer.
My God, that's not how I expected Lou Bega to look. I don't know
Yeah.
why.
Well, we might need your help, Jimmy, this week because we're doing a Scottish episode, so we're sort of stepping into your territory here.
My territory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well, I will
would
not
you
be
ever
doing
would you ever do a Scottish episode?
No, I wouldn't do a
No.
Scottish episode. They don't deserve it.
Jerry Cinnamon though. I could
Yeah,
do it.
yeah,
I could do an
maybe.
hour on Jerry Cinnamon easy.
Do you reckon?
Yeah. To be fair, you've got so what's the kind of what's the
well,
what's the crack?
Paul Nutini Scottish. We get him
Yeah.
on.
The Proclaimers.
The Zootons.
Yeah. Calvin Harris.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that
Katie
surprised me that
Tunstall.
actually.
Biffy Clyro.
Yeah.
Bit of Lewis Capaldi. Emily Sandé, Scottish.
Yeah.
That is so rogue. Simple Minds. Eurythmics.
Mm.
Eurythmics
Primal
Scottish.
Screamer
Yeah.
Scottish.
No, no.
Get a bit of Primal Screamer.
At first, I thought you were just kind of pulling out these names from your head.
Yeah, no,
and
sorry,
I
I
kind of
haven't.
scrolling.
What's
God no.
his knowledge of Scottish music.
Look,
he'd offer
Krish
that.
is not pulling out KT Tunstall.
No, that I am not.
I can see you pulling out Emily Sandé though.
Emily Sandé, yeah. To be fair, I would never have known that Emily Sandé was Scottish.
No,
Was she on the X Factor?
probably.
She was. Wasn't The Voice, was it?
Was it The Voice?
Might have been the voice.
Let's have a look.
Emily
She was
Sandé.
born in Sunderland and raised in Aberdeen.
Oof, a rough life.
Yeah, that's tough, that. What was she on? I want to know now. How did Emily Sandé
She a
become
judge on The
famous?
Voice, maybe. I'm not sure.
No, I think she just was good. Yeah, no, she wasn't.
Did
on
you ever
either.
watch The Voice, Krish?
No, I was never a voice.
Oh,
man.
I loved it.
I was
We-
a bit of Britain's Got Talent and the X Factor.
Mm,
I think I liked Ant and Dec. I think that was why.
The Voice is great.
Yeah.
With Tom Jones.
I got a lot of ladies on my team.
It's great.
Love a bit of Tom
He's good.
Jones.
Louis Walsh for me, that was my boy, man.
Oh,
I was a
God.
big Louis Walsh
He-
advocate.
He's
He's a
definitely
bit of an
got some.
oddball, though, isn't he?
Louis Walsh, I don't
Some
want to say
claims
he
against
could
him,
be a
couple.
nonce, but he could be a nonce. Like, there's just something not quite right.
Look, I
about
wasn't
Louis
going to
Walsh.
say it, but I reckon that guy's got some big skeletons in his closet.
Yeah. There's something amiss about Louis Walsh.
Him and Cowell are like.
Simon Cowell, there's definitely something amiss.
Look, Cowell is just a nasty piece of work.
Yeah. What podcast was it that you went on? Was it Diary of a CEO?
Oh God,
That's
he?
got
he
to
did go on that,
be
did
one of
he?
the that's got to be one of the
Oh.
worst podcasts of all time.
I think anybody who's been on that deserves an investigation.
Diary of a CEO with Simon Cowell. That's
Mm.
just that's horror. But yeah, no.
Simon Cowell on High Performance.
Jesus.
That'd be
To
crazy.
be fair, High Performance, I prefer it at least to Diary of a CEO. Like I don't mind Jake Humphrey.
That's Jake Humphrey.
Yeah,
innit?
I don't hate Jake Humphrey. Stephen Bartlett I do hate. Stephen Bartlett I actually have issue with. I don't like him at all.
Didn't he score in Soccer Aid?
Yeah, he did. I think.
I think he got a couple.
Yeah. he's
I
quite
do.
good.
I tell you what. On the bringing it back to sport, I do love Soccer Aid. I think so, like actually sort of similar to that today. Fucking odd segue, but the Sidemen have just sold out Wembley this morning,
Good segue.
which is thank you, Joe.
Good segue.
Which is quite impressive, considering obviously they've done
Well, they've done it before, haven't they?
not
a few
Wembley.
times.
they did
Not Wembley. Charlton.
Charlton,
Yeah, we just
yeah.
played Charlton.
And then what was the last? Was the last one at Charlton?
Old
think
Trafford,
so,
wasn't
yeah.
it? They played at
They've
Old
done- yeah,
Trafford.
they've done one at Old Trafford.
Was that Old
they?
Trafford?
Yeah.
Did
And
they?
that was sold out,
What was
wasn't
that?
I think they've definitely done Charlton. I know.
They
I
that.
would
might
have
have done Old Trafford.
I would have thought it'd be like West Ham.
They did a
Stadium.
run-
No, it
random-
wasn't. They've not done one at Old
Have
Trafford.
they not?
They did a random big stadium.
Was it Soccer Aid at Old Trafford? Was it one of the
Yeah,
one of the
Soccer Aid.
Soccer Aid's often
That's
at Old
right, yeah,
Trafford.
yeah.
Was that what it was? Oh, right,
Yeah,
okay.
they've definitely done Charlton, but
Yeah, Charlton. But
Yeah.
yeah, no. So
That's
that'll be
mad,
cool.
isn't it? When's that?
March, I think.
Mm.
I was gonna look at getting a ticket. I thought, you know what? There's not gonna be too
So,
many Sidemen matches left.
What's the difference between the Sidemen match and the other one? Because I swear there's been a game at Wembley where
Yeah, there was
Jeremy
the-
Lynch got
There was there
Yeah.
was
Wembley
the,
Cup.
the Wembley Cup.
That's what I'm getting mixed up with, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, the Wembley Cup. The clip
Wembley
of True Geordie as well.
yeah.
Paddy, can you pull up the True Geordie clip? Where Stephen tries. I think for context, Stephen tries, and I think it's Man Like Hacks are sort of beefing.
We both have an argument. with-
And True Geordie just sort of
Lynch.
walks over and goes, "Everything all right?" And everything just sort of simmers down. It was a sort of very aura heavy moment from True
so
Geordie.
the Wembley Cup is more.
The Wembley
creator,
Cup
just
was like
general.
it was
creators,
an
isn't
old thing where it was hashtag XO.
It was. Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
that coming
It
through
was.
the headphones, brother? Is that just coming out loud?
It's coming out loud.
Out loud. It's kind of rogue.
But yeah, no. So the Wembley Cup was hashtag.
It was originally Spencer FC.
Yeah.
That was his thing.
Yeah.
Wembley Cup, wasn't it?
Yes, you had sorry, Spencer FC, XO, which was True Geordie, Willenny. Who else was in XO?
They weren't in the original Wembley Cup though, were they?
They weren't in the first one. They were in the
No.
second one. And then the F2 had a
Did you have
team.
the Sidemen in there as well?
No. So the
They
Wembley
was-
Cup was before
okay.
the Sidemen did their charity matches.
Right.
Is this the one?
Going
Yeah, this
back
is the
that,
one.
Isn't it 2018? Jesus.
If you change the audio device prod, it should work. Yeah. I think that's the one. Have you turned it up on the desk?
Yeah.
Ah, rogue. To be fair, you don't really need any more context than that. That sort of is the clip.
I'm looking at the teams for the 20.
Oh,
here we go.
I think you need to fucking calm the fuck.
Wittiest comedian.
I don't want to call about someone who's barely touching 70,000 subscribers, mate. Is that this
70,000 subscribers, bro.
when you get that, mate,
You're so,
message
but
me,
you've got
okay?
no talent, bro.
Oh.
Where's your future going?
Mate, if you do a
Where's
tweet
your future
and
going?
you get 100 likes,
Where,
maybe
fuck
I'll
your
reply
tweet,
to
man.
you.
Fuck your tweet and your shit. Bruv, you're dead.
To
You're
be fair,
dead,
they're
bruv.
all-
Relax, man. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Of course, I'm gonna get personal. Don't touch me, bro.
Is everything alright?
Very, very.
Storms in out.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's reminiscent of Jimmy Blackburn versus Arab Sock, isn't it?
That is. I think that's absolutely.
That's
you
me
summed that up
every
perfectly.
week.
Jimmy Blackburn, whenever there's a bit of a push or a shove.
I'm True Geordie. I'm looking at the teams for the 2015 Wembley Cup. Like, there are some. If you're into like the old FIFA YouTube scene, like as a kid, there are some great names here. So on the Sidemen FC team, Daniel Cutting.
Oh my God!
Oh, on the
Did you see Daniel Cutting just randomly turned up in one of the videos recently?
Did he?
Yeah, he was in. It was when they did that. There was a charity match at Ibrox,
Right.
the one that Theo Baker was in. But my God, Patrick! What the fuck was Patrick Kluivert doing there? Weller played for 4 different teams.
Yeah, I think he did. Spencer, yeah, because originally it was just YouTubers, and then
Yeah.
they managed to get some like football people. on.
Robert Pires.
Yeah, Pires.
Played for Spencer FC and hashtag.
Yeah, there was. They had Jamie Carragher against Chris MD when like Carragher called him a cunt.
Oh, that was Wembley Cup, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was when Chris MD megged Carragher, and
Shout out Charlie Morley.
then he tried to like
Streets will
kill
never
him
forget.
afterwards.
JJ Kocher.
J. Kocher and Robbie Fowler on the same team as 2 St Chris.
Yeah, there you go. So the one I
Yeah,
was thinking of
basically.
was the 2018 Wembley Cup. So XOFC, where you had Will and E. Yeah, so Will and E, True Geordie, Lawrence McKenna, and Stephen Tries, that was XO.
Yeah.
With Cafu on. That bench is crazy, by the way. So
William
first sub,
Gallas.
you've got Cafu. Second sub is True Geordie.
Those are funny times.
That was to be fair, I quite like the Sidemen matches now because you do just get some random there's a lot of random link ups and I quite like that.
Michael Essien.
Genuinely, this was like prime Joe Weller time as well, before Weller and KSI had the fight.
Wembley Cup final goal scorers. Here's some like all-time top scorer. It's Theo Baker with 5 goals between Weller Wanderers and #United. Then it's Daniel Cutting with 3. And then Rossi HD and Patrick Kluivert sharing the
That
same.
is so random.
That's amazing.
Right, shall we get into... Jimmy, do you want to give us the quote of the week?
The quote of the week is from an interview Q&A with Ali McCoist. And the
Legend.
headline is, I used to have sex weekly, now it's weekly.
Make of that what you will.
Lovely.
Yeah, shout out to Ali McCoist though, by the way. I think Ali McCoist, if there's anyone within the world of football that I would like to go for a pint with, it's probably going to be Ali McCoist.
Do you reckon?
Yeah. Who's your number one want to go for a pint with them?
It's a bit of AC/DC, man.
It can
Oh,
be
Maradona,
easy,
really.
man.
AC/DC, man.
It is.
Go for a pint with a footballer. Joe.
Maradona. Obviously,
It's
it'd
going to be
bit-
more
it's
than a
bit-
pint, isn't
It's a
it?
bit beyond
No. We'll say
beyond
dead or
possibility
alive.
now,
but
isn't it?
to be fair, Maradona with a little baggie, that's going to go crazy. That's not a pub night, that's a club night.
Here's a shout. Juan Mata. I think he'd be lovely to go out
I
for
think
a
he'd be
pint with.
lovely. I don't think he'd say
He
much.
wouldn't be much fun, would he?
No,
No.
I think he'd be quite boring. He'd have a half and go home.
No, I could see him just chill. He exchanges some.
James Milner, maybe. Would
He
be,
exchanges some good flamenco
Yeah,
for
to be
me
fair,
to listen to. at
David
home.
Coote did say James Milner
do you know
was
what I mean?
sound.
Yeah.
So maybe
He
James
does seem
Milner's
like
the
quite
move.
a sound guy.
He does. James Milner, I reckon James Milner is unbelievably boring. Have you seen that? What's that Twitter account?
Boring James
Boring
Milner.
James Milner.
Yeah, but I don't reckon he's boring because, like, in a sense that,
Nah, but I
He's
don't.
not
I don't see
fun
him as the kind of
to-
bloke who's like letting loose on a Saturday night. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, it's quite quirky. Did you see in lockdown he was doing all these funny videos where he was sort of laying. What was it now? He was sort of. Let me pull up his Instagram during lockdown.
I actually have no idea what you're on about, so I'm quite intrigued.
James Milner on Instagram. He doesn't seem like the bloke who
Was
who
it
would
Instagram?
have.
No,
something.
I agree with that.
It,
Nah, Milner seems. Yeah, I think Milner would be up there. I reckon Thierry Henry would be quite good crack.
I mean, Cantona would be great.
Yeah, Cantona. You know what? Cantona's a great shout. Actually,
If you were I wouldn't go for a pint with him. I'd want to go to like some drawing room somewhere, have a big cigar and a bit of whiskey.
yeah.
There we go. James Milner during lockdown. Lockdown 11.
Here's the team for today. We have Joe Hart in goal. We have not a lead ball for Kyle Walker right back. John Terry's chocolate orange.
John Terry's chocolate orange.
Matteo. Leeds legend Trevor Cherry.
That's quite good actually.
John Silver.
Clever.
David Batty.
Nice.
We rub this lamp.
Could have gone with a lot of things for Batty then.
Gini Wijnaldum. Patrick Berger. Thierry Henry.
Is that Henry Hoover?
And on the bench, Brett Friedel, Nigel Heinstein, Frank Lampard, couldn't play him because I didn't want his wires getting across the G. Will Fox, Titi Kamara, David Healy, and last but not least, Lewis Dunk.
You know what?
That's very good.
That's put James Milner right up my expectations. I thought it was proper boring, but actually that's quite good
That is very good
to give James Milner some credit. Right. We've got a bit of a kind of... I don't really know how to segue into this because we've kind of structured it a little bit different. I quite like this headlines malarkey. So I think, Jimmy, do you want to lead us in with some headlines?
Your headlines for this week in sport. Geriatric man beaten by Bizardvark star.
Yep.
I don't want to spend too much time talking about that.
But we'll get into that.
But we will get into that. John Jones does a silly dance and then Stipe retires. Luke Littler takes the piss.
Yep.
He was fantastic. Adam, this is actually quite a
this is
serious one.
actually-
Adam Scholloy is in a stable condition after he collapsed during Hungary's match with the Netherlands. Rodrigo Bentancur has been banned for 7 games for racially abusing his teammate. And the Sidemen sold out Wembley, but we've already covered that.
Yeah.
So we might as well get the boxing stuff out the way, I think. We did stay up for this.
I stayed up for this. You were asleep for the first 4 rounds.
It was the first 7 rounds. I woke up during round 7.
But yeah, no, so for anyone who kind of has been under a rock this last week, Mike Tyson and Jake Paul had a fight, if you can call it that.
It was dreadful,
happened.
wasn't it?
It happened. There was definitely... They were both in the ring together, for sure. But in terms of things that were interesting that happened, I couldn't tell you one. The fight before that was really good, though. Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano had a great scrap. And the fight before that, the fighters' names I can't remember, but that was another good one. But yeah, they both just got their money and went home. I think this was... It played out exactly how it was designed to, where no one kind of lost any reputation, and it was just... Yeah, it was what it was. But Jake Paul won on points and looked fine against a 58-year-old man.
The only actual boxer that Paul has faced, he did lose to.
Yeah, who actually, I've sort of written this down later on in the show, but Tommy Fury will be fighting Darren Till on the 18th of January.
Who's Darren Till?
Darren Till, former UFC fighter, but a good fighter, not a boxer, so I think you'd expect Tommy Fury to kind of deal with him.
I just can't stand these crossovers.
Yeah, Tommy Fury will deal with him very quickly, I'd imagine, but Darren Till is a fighter still, so it'll be, bit of a run there. But it'll be, that'll be a good one. But it'll be nice because Tommy Fury's fighting in Manchester, obviously where he's from, at the Co-op Arena, which I hate the name of. Hate it.
What would you name it, though?
Well, not the Co-op Arena. I'm never
have to come up with a name
I'm never
for it, though.
ever a fan of stadiums being like named sponsorship
The
wise.
Age UK Stadium.
Yeah, I think Warsaw had the Poundland Stadium for a while.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
Poundland.
like the Molineux being the Molineux. If someone came in and we had to be like the Astro Pay Molineux.
The Barbara's Beer Bar Molineux.
Oh, go on then. If I'm Mo. But yeah, no. So Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, that was a thing that happened, but not worth spending any more time on. While we're kind of on the combat sport train, Jake Paul, Mike Tyson was Friday night. Saturday night was UFC 309. As Jimmy mentioned, John Jones fought Stipe Miocic in the main event. Jones has been out for about a year, I think, but came back and looked fine. Stipe looked tired. He's getting on. He's at the end of his career. Well, he looked like he was at the end of his career. And then in his post-fight sort of interview, he said, "I'm done. I'm retiring." So a great career from Stipe. But yeah, John Jones looked fine. But it sets up an interesting one now with Tom Aspinall as the interim champ. So there'll be a unification fight, you'd imagine, which will actually be a good fight. So I'm quite excited for that. Other than that, on that card, you had Charles Oliveira, who beat Michael Chandler via decision. De Bronx dominated 4 of the rounds. Then Michael Chandler, for some reason, just decided that he was going to go mental in the 5th round.
Yeah, you showed me this video.
Proddy, can you pull that up?
Yeah.
De Bronx Oliveira highlights. It'll be. Oliveira. Just search Oliveira Chandler highlights.
But yeah, you were like, you messaged me because you'd clearly stayed up to watch this. And like the message come through at like 6 in the morning. So when I wake up, I see watch Oliveira Chandler round 5 is like one of the best rounds of UFC I've ever seen. And I didn't know what to expect. I thought there would just be a lot of like punches, but then you've just got Michael Chandler, who's just like.
Here, Prod.
Was Chandler the one who got on top of Oliveira first, or was it Oliveira on top of Chandler?
So Oliveira's kind of right. So for context, we'll kind of talk you through what goes on here. He kind of rocks Oliveira early in the round.
Oliveira, who's been dominating.
Then Chandler goes for a big swing, and Oliveira just takes him down. Then Chandler gets back on top, and you're thinking, okay, shit, has he got something about him? Because Michael Chandler got rinsed for 4 rounds. Then
Yeah, he's pummeling
then he just
Oliveira's
starts
head.
battering Oliveira, and I thought they were going to call it at this point.
He's just wailing. So you can just do that in the UFC. You can just wail on their head whilst you're on top of them. Sport is for nutters, man.
Oh, it's so good to watch.
Well, on that topic, I was actually at a
You're at UFC 309?
not a UFC fight but a combat. My mate.
Yeah, I saw that. He won his fight, didn't he?
He did win his fight. It was weird because I was working. I sort of was working while watching this fight in the ring. But we sat at a VIP table and there was a bunch of like 7-year-olds, genuinely 7-year-olds having these fights, and I was just taken a bit aback by it.
Yeah.
It wasn't entertaining.
Yeah, here we go.
Right, so Oliveira's got back up now.
Yeah.
And then, isn't it, he then gets on top of Chandler for like...
Yeah. So here we go.
It looks out there,
he
doesn't he?
takes Michael Chandler's back, and he's basically looking for the choke. He's on his back, and Michael Chandler just decides, right, fuck it, I'm getting up.
But he was there for like a minute. So that clip doesn't do it justice, because the time was 1 minute 30. So Oliveira was on his back.
Can you rewind? Can you rewind that? Watch what Michael Chandler says before he goes down.
Let's see if I can lip read.
Oh, you'll be able to. Fuck
Oh,
it. And
wow.
just, and just drops back on it. Then he's like, nah, once wasn't enough.
Wow. So he's rolled through, up. I mean, he knows he's lost the fight.
Yeah, he knows
at
he's
this
lost the
point.
fight. Like even at the end, he gives a kind of like he taps out. Yeah.
Fair enough. Well,
But that was a great
that
fight.
seems good.
Lovely.
Good spirit.
Yeah, so that was a great little scrap, and then sort of looking ahead, UFC 310 will be a good one. Shavkat Rakhmonov, bloody phenomenal name, versus Ian Gary will be a great fight, and Cyril Gane versus Alexander Volkov are both things to look forward to. That's I think the first week of December. Other than that, the Tommy Fury thing we've already mentioned. That's my UFC roundup. Which I don't remember ever doing a UFC roundup before on this podcast.
So it's just been quite a big week, hasn't it?
Is that Rakhmonov another one of those like Dagestan fighters?
Yeah, probably. Can you search Shavkat Rakhmonov?
Yeah,
Just pull up a
Don't
picture.
even bother, probably. You're never going to be able to spell it.
Yeah, he's a yeah.
Does he have a beard? And does
Oh,
he
what
look
a spelling
slightly
point.
like
He actually doesn't have a beard. He's a bit of a wait. He's got maybe a baby beard, but he's like he's. I tell you what, there's one. Oh, what's his name? Shara Magomedov, right? All these Dagestanis, right? They come out and they're like normally like wrestlers and like submission specialists. They've made a striker. They've made a bloke who can just hit people, and he's terrifying, and he looks terrifying, right?
So was Khabib submission?
Yeah, he was kind of your ground. He was a great striker, but that wasn't his like main thing. Whereas this guy is kind of that's his shit. Look at this man and tell me he is not terrifying, right? This is Shara Magomedov,
Oh my god.
who has a
It looks a little bit
prosthetic
like
eye.
Gav, huh?
He has a
Prosthetic
prosthetic eye from a fighting incident when he was younger. So he's got like, but the thing is, what sort of scares me is his prosthetic eye. He's got a different color to his normal eye.
Yeah.
So like he just looks like this is not a man who. Wait, sorry, Proddy, I'm making you do a lot of work here. Can you search Shara Magomedov spinning back fist?
He's not going to be able to spell that.
Just search Shara, S-H. Yeah, there you go.
There
The
you
second one, and then it might be. Yeah, here you go. Have a look at this for a knockout. This was.
His beard looks like it's one of those clip-on ones.
Yeah, his beard is mental. Because those look at, you don't expect those kind of beards on a white dude.
No.
And the haircut as well. It's
Yeah.
the main, isn't it?
It's so much hair.
He's
like a
skip
lion.
through a bit here, Prod.
So,
And then just before that, yeah, this is the knockout.
right. So what am I looking for? That.
The
Oh my
double.
word.
He goes in with one spinning back fist. Then to get out of it, he hits him with another one. Just scary.
Spinning back fist.
Yeah.
So how does that even work?
Right.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So basically,
He's going in
to
like that.
kind of
look.
demonstrate, he basically
For our YouTube viewers,
He
this will
basically-
do well.
for the visual ones, not the audio listeners. But basically, you kind of spin like backwards into it. So he's gone
Okay.
in with one,
Right.
and then while he's got his back to the bloke, he turns in with the other hand,
Right.
which I don't think I've ever seen before. But yeah, terrifying. So the Dagestanis, they're continuing to level up. Like it's a terrifying time to be a fighter.
I want to look into that at some point. Why Dagestan, a small region in Chechnya or near Chechnya. I don't know if they're part of the same thing, but
Yeah,
they're all just amazing
mental,
fighters. They've got
but
a bit like how I don't know, Cubans are really good at boxing,
yeah.
and baseball, or like Fiji and rugby.
Yeah, Cubans are really good at baseball. I don't know why that is.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's like when there's like someone who's really good from that. Like Khabib, I bet Khabib being great in the UFC meant that more Dagestanis had a kind of will to want to go and be good at UFC. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In the same way that like, what's the Cuban baseball player called? The big one.
Oh, I know who you mean.
Big Papi's his nickname, but what's his real name? Let me have a look. David Ortiz?
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, like, I wonder if, like, when you have someone who's really, really good from a country, then everyone else goes, "Fuck it, I'm going to do it."
Mm.
But yeah, no. So that's the kind of combat sport roundup, we'll call it. Proddy, do you want to talk? Did you watch the Eagles game?
No, I didn't, unfortunately.
Poor.
I saw the
They won
highlights.
again, naturally.
Yeah.
And the Lions beat the Jaguars 52-6.
Yeah, that is mental.
I haven't seen those highlights,
They're
but
9-1.
yeah.
Which is
But you're what, 8-2?
8-2.
Yeah, Bears lost again, naturally. But things looked positive. They look better than they have done previously, so it's a step in the right direction.
To be fair, we only popped off in the last quarter.
Fair.
3 touchdowns.
Jesus. But yeah, tidy.
Yeah.
I didn't see much else of the NFL, so I'm not
I
going to
didn't, yeah.
get into that too much. Jimmy, do you want to give us a little rugby update?
I can do. Although I thought that the Chiefs lost
Did they?
to the Bills, ending their unbeaten run.
They did. 30-21 Buffalo Bills, who had also 9-2. All 9-2. So have the shit.
So yeah,
What happened there?
that's their unbeaten run over.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah,
God.
yeah. So the Chiefs are 9-1. The Bills are 9-2. So is it the Bills, the Chiefs, and the Lions who are all on 9?
Yeah.
And then you're one behind.
And so are Steelers as well.
Okay.
So that was Kansas City's first defeat by more than a score since October 21.
Jesus.
Wow.
It's 3 years.
That's
since they
terrifying.
lost by more than a score.
Yeah, Mahomes threw 2 interceptions. And James Cook of the Bills got 2 rushing touchdowns, who I've never heard of.
Let James
Vikings are
Cook.
also 8-2.
Huh?
Vikings are also 8-2,
Yeah.
which is kind of shit for your little group. 'Cause
Yeah.
two
Well, we're
teams are
cooked at
popping
it.
off.
There's no shot we make playoffs. But it is what it is. But yeah, no, that was... Yeah, the NFL... I'm really, really excited for the Super Bowl again. Like,
Mhm.
that was, I think, one of the more enjoyable nights that I've had in Leeds.
Oh, it was a long night, though, wasn't it?
It was, well,
Yeah.
yeah, but for you, I think for you
Yeah.
it was because you're not really into like your American football. For me, I was really enjoying it. Also, the betting helps.
Mm.
Yeah.
The betting
That is
does
true.
help.
Well, we did finish watching it in our flat just to catch the Taylor Swift bit at the end.
Yeah, you left, didn't you?
We did, yeah.
Bastard guy.
Left you in half time. Yeah, I will have a quick chat about rugby. I went to York to a pub to watch England South Africa
Mhm.
because I had a couple of mates over. But yeah, England at the moment, there's just something that's not quite clicking, and I don't know if I want to blame all of England's issues on Borthwick, the coach, Steve Borthwick. But yeah, a real missed opportunity this weekend, I thought, against the world champions and world number ones South Africa, who looked beatable for a lot of the match at Twickenham, or shall I say the Allianz Stadium, as it is referred to, going back to our sponsorship stadium chat. But yeah, South Africa ran out, I think it was 29-20 in the end. And for the final 10 minutes, they were down to 14. They had a sin bin. And England were 9 points behind, but had a line out by their 5 metre line. Total hash of it. And then total hash of just everything in those 10 minutes. Like, the most wasteful rugby I've seen from this England team in a long time. And they do a lot of wasteful stuff. But yeah, it's a complete missed opportunity, I thought. And that means it's now 3 home defeats on the spin during these autumn series matches. So we lost against the All Blacks, lost against the Wallabies, and now lost against the Box.
The All
But-
Blacks and the Springboks result would be about what we expected, right?
Yeah, but again, like
Is it the manner in which it happened?
it's not even that, because cumulatively we've only lost 3 matches by 16 points, which is not a lot in rugby. But all 3 of those games have felt so winnable, and England just kind of throwing it away. BBC were referring to it as like a Groundhog Day. It's like the same issues in petering out in the last 20 minutes, half hour of matches, getting just really sloppy turnovers when we're in promising attacking positions, fumbling simple things like line-outs. I mean, the South Africa team, they are the best in the world, and the best in the world for a reason. But they looked so beatable. They weren't particularly impressive in the scrum, which is usually where they are at their best. We couldn't deal with Cheslin Colby or Kirtley Aronsey. The
Great name, by the way.
Pocket Rockets.
Yeah.
They were fantastic. But yeah,
Was Justin Colby the lad who chased down that kick?
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was probably him.
Yeah. I think it was.
Little
in
fella wearing the
yeah,
head cap.
yeah.
Yeah.
He chased down that. Was it against France? Who was it against?
Was it in the World Cup?
Yeah. Wait, let me have a look. Because I know the clip I'm on about.
I'm trying to remember who they played. They played. Yeah, they did play France. It was probably against France in the quarterfinal.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
It was. Well done, mate. That's good. Good rugby knowledge.
it's good rugby knowledge.
Yeah. 'Cause, yeah, to be fair, in the World Cup, I really got into the rugby. I was watching every game.
Yeah.
Freddie actually got me into it. I
Yeah.
was enjoying that.
I watched the match with Freddie the other week.
Yeah.
But he knows a lot more than me.
Yeah, he's a big rugby man.
He's a big rugby.
He
boy.
actually wants to come back on, so we'll get him on at some point.
Love him on.
Yeah. No, that'd be good.
But yeah, so England have got 1 game left in the autumn series.
Who we
It's
playing?
against Japan, so we should beat them.
Yeah. That'd be a poor
Um,
one to lose.
That would be really damning and put Borthwick in a very difficult position ahead of the Six Nations, I think, where it would become sort of make or break for him.
Yeah.
Who's in a worse position though is Warren Gatland, the Wales head coach,
Oh,
because
they got battered, weren't
they've
they?
suffered an 11th straight defeat.
Christ.
This time it was a thrashing
Wolves
by
in disguise.
it was a thrashing by Australia, and look, I don't know enough about the utter diabolical state the Welsh Rugby Union is in, so I'd go and check out Squidge Rugby on YouTube. Squidge is fantastic.
We'll get Noah Bassett to give us an update. I'm
Y-
sure he'll know what's going on.
Yeah, but check out Squidge. He'll know what the crack is and why
It's
Wales
11,
is so bad. But
11 games now, isn't it?
11 in a row that they've lost, which is a record. And it doesn't seem like it's going to stop anytime soon. I think they're going to come bottom of the Six Nations again.
Christ.
Yeah, it's very bleak time to be a Welsh rugby fan. Other than that, there was a cracking game between France and New Zealand just after the England game. France won 30-29, which was New Zealand's first loss of these autumn games. But yeah, it's difficult being a home nations fan at the moment. We got the Lions tour next year, I believe. Yeah, we will do. So, I think Andy Farrell's taking charge of that.
You'll have to explain that one to me.
So the Lions is it's British, Irish, Scottish, and Welsh all
Yeah.
coming together, and they do a tour of usually either New Zealand or South Africa.
Okay. That's cool. I like that.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Lions is good crack.
No, that'll be a good one to watch.
Yeah, but it's very really prestigious.
Okay.
Whereas you'd think maybe like an all-star team like that, if I put it bluntly,
Yeah.
wouldn't carry the same prestige. It really does. Like British and Irish Lions tour is proper.
Yeah.
But yeah, so where are they? Australia 2025.
Okay.
So I mean, realistically, that shouldn't be too difficult.
You'd hope.
In terms of results, because Australian rugby is not in the greatest place.
No.
Even though they did beat us,
Yeah.
I still don't think they're that great.
No, fair enough. I will give you a bit of a golf update, which actually Jimmy brought to my attention because I hadn't been keeping track of. But yeah, Rory McIlroy won the DP World Tour, which comes nicely to kind of round up his year because he's not had the best of times recently. Obviously, he had the stunning, the sort of, what the hell was that?
That was Microsoft Teams on Joe's laptop.
Yeah, he had a that clash with Bryson DeChambeau at the US Open that he narrowly lost, and he shouldn't have. He should have won that. And then he was going to get a divorce, which was just before the US Open.
Thought that would spur him on.
Yeah, I think that was the kind of, it would have been a nice storyline where he was going to get a divorce, and then I don't know if it was him or his wife, but one of them went, "Nah, I'm all right," and then they sorted it out. So then everything's set up for him to win the US Open. He's in the position to win it, throws it, Bryson wins it. But yeah, so he's won that, and he tied the record for the most DP World Tour wins by doing that. So yeah, nice, shout out to Rory McIlroy. We'll give you a cricket update actually while we're sort of on the England note. Yeah, we won the T20 series against the West Indies 3-1. Last night's game was washed out. Yeah, no, there was sort of real standout performances from Phil Salt and Jacob Bethell, who have... Phil Salt we know is a kind of embedded member of this England squad, but Jacob Bethell, this is his first proper tour as an England player, and I'm just so proud of him. Like, I feel like a proud dad watching Jacob Bethell, because like I've watched him since he made his professional debut. Like, he's been a player who has been, like, in my view, excellent for a long time, and it's nice now to see him getting his flowers. He did really well actually. So Phil Salt across the series averaged 54 with the bat, and Jacob Bethell 127 with the bat. So yeah, phenomenal sort of series for both of them. With Jacob Bethell kind of cooking now though, it does pose the question of when Harry Brook is back and fit, how does he slot into the batting order? Where do you move people around to? But that's something that Brendan McCullum, as England's new white ball coach from the new year, will, I'm sure, sort out. Yeah, Saki Mahmood was all very good with the ball, and maybe a return to test matches for Sakib could be on the cards because he looks better than he did previously. Yeah, so Brendan McCullum, the new white ball coach, and yeah, I've spoken about this more last year than this year with All in Good Sport, but I said a lot of my problem with the England cricket team was the over-reliance on the embedded members of the squad and not trusting the youth enough, but actually seeing the way that Jacob Bethell and Dan Mousley have been handled and are continuing to be handled, it gives me hope. It means that I'm less worried about the next Ashes. I think that we're in a good place. And yeah, we've got a tour of New Zealand. There'll be 3 test matches prior to Christmas. Jacob Bethell's been named in the squad, so he should be getting his test cap, which would be great for him. And Jordan Cox is in to replace Jamie Smith, who misses out due to injury. But yeah, Jacob Bethell, I think the sky's the limit for him, and hopefully if he becomes a sort of embedded member of this England squad, both across all 3 formats, we're in a very good place. Him and Harry Brook and Jamie Smith, you know, there's a lot of really talented young players, so I think we're in a good spot.
I was having a look at Ashes. I thought it was this coming winter, but it's next winter, Ashes.
Yeah.
So...
Oh my God.
You'll be there.
You'll
won't
be
you?
there.
I'm going to go.
Oh my God.
I'm going to go to the MCG.
Have we spoken about your Australian
There's
stuff
one
on
in
here
Melbourne on Boxing Day.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know if we've spoken about...
Yeah, go on. Give the listeners a little update in the Jimmy Blackburn verse.
in the Jimmy Blackburn verse, Jimmy Blackburn is going down under
Yeah.
next year.
Starting a
So,
new chapter.
yeah, so
could say.
I'm going to Australia for a year, pending. That's not been confirmed yet, but I think it's fairly likely.
Here we go soon.
I'll hear back in just under 2 months. So January is when I will hear back whether I get the study abroad. But I've applied to go to Melbourne for a study abroad year.
Shit, the Boxing Day testers are in Melbourne, isn't it?
Yep.
Fucking hell. That's sick.
Yep. And I've already got. I reckon I will actually go to that.
Mate.
So that's
Are we
that's
hearing
really
All in
lined
Good
up.
Sport trip out for the Boxing Day test? That's what the streets are saying.
Pay for your own fucking flight.
Yeah.
That's when the sponsors come in. When the HelloFresh deal comes in, it's gonna go crazy.
Whatever happened to Track Rivals?
Yeah.
Grid
Oh,
rival.
Grid Rival, that was it.
Fuck Grid Rival. My homies hate Grid
Did that
Rival.
not come through
No.
at the end?
They sent us an email like, yeah, Sam will do it, and then just never responded. So fuck Grid Rival.
Yeah. But yeah, and even if I get out there speedy, I might catch the British and Irish Lions in Melbourne as well. because that's on 26th of July at the
That is
MCG.
quality.
So I could get the most like
Have a great-
sport-filled
great year.
year. So
Great year
not
of
only have we got Ashes and Lions tour, because I'd be flying out in July. You'd also have then Australian Open in January in Melbourne. Then you'd have Australian Grand Prix in March or April
Wow.
in Melbourne.
Shitty heck.
You'd have the Melbourne Cup horse racing. You'd have pretty
Your
much
betting accounts are going to go crazy.
oh, they're going to be incredible. You'd have I'd probably watch some NRL whilst I'm out there and some AFL as well.
Yeah.
Um,
The AFL is a cool sport.
yeah, it does.
I
look
like the
super cool.
AFL.
I'd go. I'd probably support Collingwood. I think they're one of the teams in Melbourne. I think.
Have a look.
I hope they're successful because I want a glory hunt.
I need to start glory hunting. Every
Yeah.
every team
You
I
always
pick,
pick a.
I always pick shit teams. It's like I started
What was-
watching baseball a couple of years ago. Picked the fucking worst team. Well, not the worst. One of the worst teams. Picked the Angels. Then this year I decided I was going to watch the NFL. Pick the Bears.
What
and
was the thinking
fucking hell.
behind that?
With the Bears.
Yeah.
The Bears. So the Angels. Mike Trout was one of the only baseball players I knew, and Shohei Ohtani. So I was like, right, I'll pick the team that they both play for. Then Shohei left. Then with the Bears, it was kind of like, okay, Chicago's a city I want to go and visit. So I was like, fuck it, I'll pick a Chicago team. So then at least if I go to Chicago, I have the opportunity to go and see them.
And in theory, they did cook with their draft picks.
Yeah, so theoretically, they had the first pick in the draft. They were getting the best player.
Hmm.
Nah, man. That's cooked. But yeah. What are you two fucking
We look at
gossiping
the
about? over
Australian A League. Melbourne Victory, top of the league.
The football. So
So you've
there's-
got a
yeah,
a
no, I
strong
can't
team
support
there.
Melbourne City because that's one of Man City's affiliates. So it would have to be Melbourne Victory I'd support.
there? Who plays for the Melbourne Victory? Are there any names we recognise?
I don't know. I was playing FIFA last night, FIFA 14 at home with my mate Tom, who was crashing over, and I did randomise and I landed on Western Sydney Wanderers. Right.
Ooh.
You know who was playing for Western Sydney Wanderers back
Who?
end of 2013? Only Mr. Aaron Moy.
Oh my
Oh, wow.
god!
I was balling out with Aaron Moy against Bayern Munich. It was great.
You've got Adama Traore at Melbourne Victory,
Oh yeah.
Nice.
the Ivory Coast defender.
Oh. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, not that Adama
There's a
Traore
bloke
joke.
called Fabian Mong.
That's not his name.
Oh.
That's not
There's
his
an E
name.
on the end, but I'm going to imagine that E's silent.
Brian
That's
Teague.
Fabian-
I've heard of him
Fabian
before.
Monge, I think would be how you'd say it.
Fabian Mong or Fabian Minch.
He must have been rinsed in school, surely.
Poor kid.
But
Should have a
yeah,
look at the best player of all time.
what's the history of...
Ola Toivonen played for them. Oh, Toivonen.
Who did he used to play for?
I don't know, but I remember his goal against Germany in 2018
Kevin
World
Muscat
Cup.
managed Melbourne Victory.
Who's Kevin Muscat?
Managed Wolves.
Did he?
Yeah.
Robbie Cruz, if anybody remembers.
Who did?
What was
Like,
him?
I'm trying to think of Australian footballers.
Not managed.
Harry
played at
Kewell.
Wolves.
Harry Kewell. He
Yeah.
was baller.
Tim Cahill.
Oh, yeah.
Whether he played for them or
I
not.
wonder
I'm
if
not sure.
Mark
What was that
Viduka
bloke?
played
What was
for
the bloke called in the world who played for Australia recently? What's his name?
them? Nestoroy Irankunda.
No, but I love him. He's great on FIFA.
Irankunda's great.
He's got that rapid playstyle plus on FIFA.
Who's the?
Which
he's
one are you
fire.
thinking of?
I don't know. I'm gonna have a look for it.
What does he look like? Where's he play?
He looks like the most quintessentially Australian
he-
bloke ever.
the Crystal Palace.
Cum Dog.
Come dog.
Jason Cummings.
Yeah,
Yeah. Cum Dog's in
Um,
Scotland, I think.
Oh, what's his name? Yelovich.
Yelovich.
Yeah.
No, not Yelovich.
Yeah.
You're thinking of Jedinak.
No. Yelovich.
Yelovich is Croatian.
no-
Oh, is he?
Yeah, Jedinak.
Oh,
you're thinking
Jedinak.
of. Jedinak
Mike
Palace.
Jedinak.
How do you say
that's it.
Jedinak's first name?
Melee.
Melee. Or did I call him Mike?
Mile Jedinak.
Miss-
Yeah, Milo Jedinak. His name's Michael, but called
Big
me.
mates.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's currently an assistant coach at Spurs. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Australia has some ballers, man.
Yeah, Australia's got some tidy players.
Although, one player who's kind of fallen off a bit, or at least fallen under the radar, Garan Quoll. What happened to him?
Garan Quo, what the hell?
What happened to
What's
Quo?
he doing?
Because I know he got signed by Newcastle, but he's been out on loan to various places, and I don't think he's like getting in any squads.
Well, he's only a baby, isn't
Yeah. Now made public why he has disappeared from view. This is the Mag, Newcastle magazine. He's signed in September 2022.
He's on loan. He's on loan in the Eredivisie. No, he was actually last year. He's just dossing this year.
You've got Mark Schwarzer.
Fair.
Mark Viduka.
Garanquo made his non-competitive debut for Newcastle in a friendly against Spurs at the MCG.
I hope he has a bit of a comeback. I think he's been injured. Maybe Garen Quell
Was he the young Aussie
at the World
who
Cup.
was yeah.
Yeah, he nearly scored against Argentina.
Him, Iran Kunda. There's another one I'm thinking of. But I can't remember what his name is.
It's not Goodwin, is it? Craig
No.
Goodwin.
I'm not thinking Aussie. I'm not even thinking Aussies now. I'm trying. There's a young black winger. I can't remember his
No, it's
name.
not Goodwin.
It's not Craig Goodwin.
No.
He's neither young nor black.
If I go and check Brighton, I'm sure I'll find who.
Aaron Kunda's great though.
Yeah, Aaron Kunda's a baller. Who's your right now? If you had to sort of place your faith in a player under 20, like a football player will talk. If you have to place your faith in a player under 20 who you think is going to be the next big thing, who are you naming?
Shit, he's just turned 20. I was looking at Garnacho.
Nah.
Yeah,
Ideally not someone who's like really in the public eye, like your kind of hot take.
Kobe Mainoo. No. Someone who I think is going to... Any Bradford Wonder kids, John? What are you thinking?
No, well, I'm more looking towards the Championship, to be honest.
I would have said Yankuba Minte, but he's 20 now, which is a shame.
Any one of the like Man City Academy, to be
Yeah.
honest. What was that? Pussy, what's his name?
Yeah, Pussy.
Pussy.
Jamai Simpson Pussy,
Great name.
who's a City defender. To be fair, a lot of them Man City kids.
Sorry, I've just gone onto Man City's website to look at their academy. They got a goalkeeper called Oliver Watmuff. That's amazing.
Oh, there's you know what I love? I love when the England like under 21s and all them squads come out. There's some phenomenal names knocking about. Oh, hang on. Yeah, but okay. So, what's your kind of who would you back here? So, without doing like research into it, who is there anyone who springs to mind? 'Cause mine was Archie Gray, but then Archie Gray's now got to Spurs.
I'd say Tommy Doyle.
Tommy Doyle's up there. How old is Tommy Doyle?
Tommy
though?
Doyle,
19,
wow.
I think.
Yeah, I've got one for you.
No, Tommy Doyle's 23.
Is he?
One
Yeah.
of his best friends dates Tommy Doyle.
I think you said that a couple of weeks
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
That's so random.
It's quite random,
Yeah.
isn't it? He's played for Wolves, isn't he, Tommy Doyle?
Still plays for Wolves.
He still played for Wolves.
Yeah. But yeah, he doesn't start, but good player.
He was at Man City for a while.
Yeah, Tommy Doyle will be a phenomenal player. He just needs consistent
Did you
minutes.
see the... obviously at the moment he's doing quite well for Southampton, but Roy Keane's assessment of Taylor
Harwood Bellis,
Harwood
yeah.
Bellis.
What did he say? I didn't catch it.
Well, obviously he's...
Howard Bellis,
I know,
is
yeah,
shagging Roy Keane's daughter.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
so
know that.
well, they're getting engaged.
More than shagging.
And what did he say now? He said it's not done and dusted yet. Or something. Yeah, he was very sort of, Roy Keane about it. But
Yeah.
Any Mansfield Wonder kids, Alfie?
If there are, we always sell them or put them
Yeah.
out on loan.
Do you reckon Andy Cook would be a shout for best?
Jimmy Knowles is quite a good player, but we never play him. We always put him out on loan.
Are you familiar with Bobby Poynton, Krish?
I know Bobby Poynton.
Yeah,
What a boy.
baller.
He was phenomenal in my Bradford
I think he is 20 now, though, to be fair. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying, Wolves don't. The thing is with Wolves, we have kind of like younger players. We just don't ever give them minutes really. But be nice to see some of the younger players get a sort of shout.
Mhm.
Who's that striker for Blues? Let me have a look.
Was in Birmingham?
Yeah,
Not-
It's Jay
not Stansfield,
Stansfield.
is it?
yeah.
Jay
I think it is. Yeah.
I don't think he's under 23.
He's been
No.
about for ages.
Yeah. They have Alfie May as well. He's quite good.
He's,
Oh, he
he's,
used to
to
play
be
for
fair, he's only
Mansfield.
21.
Oh, right.
In
Jay
Chelsea.
Stansfield.
Swindon. No, Cheltenham, was it?
You up?
Talk about Alfie May.
Alfie and me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jay Stansfield's only 21. So he's got a decent career ahead of him.
He reminds me of, if anybody can pull his name out of the hat, but this veteran striker who He's about 43 now. Jay something. What's his
Who
name?
did he play for?
Good question. Blackburn, I think.
I'm going to ask ChatGPT.
Jay.
Does he currently play for
Or is it
Blackburn?
Jay Borthwick? No, it's
For Blackpool, you want to say?
Blackburn, I think.
Blackburn. Cool.
I think
He's a
Jay.
43-year-old striker who
he's-
currently plays for Blackburn.
Jay
no,
Boothroyd.
no, Jay Boothroyd. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I think he's retired now.
He played for Wolves.
He's played for Wolves.
Yeah.
He was linked with Bradford City about a year ago.
Yeah, 42 now.
He's still playing.
Nah,
He's
he's
been
retired.
retired
yeah.
for 3 years. Definitely doesn't play for. He played for Blackburn.
No, I didn't say he played for Blackburn at the moment. No. He had played for Blackburn.
He was there for 11 games on a loan spell in 2004.
Yeah.
Wow.
Why is that the only place that you knew him from?
That is so random. He had a right random career. Coventry City, Perugia, Charlton Wolves, Cardiff, QPR, Sheffield. Then went to Mwangthong United.
Mung or something.
Then Jubilo Iwata. And then Hokkaido Consadole Sapporo.
Oh,
Got it.
oh, here's some great news about an absolute wonder kid
Go
that
on.
I saw this week. King Kazu is signed on for another season.
Who? What?
Kazuyoshi Miura, the 58-year-old.
Oh my
Oh, has he?
god.
He's still going in the.
How old is he now? Sorry.
He's 58 in the J League 4th Division.
Wow.
I don't know. I think he's on loan from like a second tier side.
Yeah. So he's not. Where was he? Most notably, at he was there for ages.
What's his name, Jim?
Kazuyoshi Miura,
Yeah.
born in February 1967.
Mhm.
So he's 57. He's just signed on at Atletico Suzuka.
That's mental, man.
Yeah. No, so he was at Yokohama Tires. He was.
He was at
Yeah,
He was at
Yokohama.
Yokohama for a while. He started his career at Santos, as in the Santos.
No way.
Then went to Palmeiras. Was in Brazil for a while. Played for Coritiba,
Zagreb.
and then
Played for Genoa.
played for Genoa on loan, Vissel Kobe, Dinamo Zagreb, and various other
That
Japanese
is so
teams.
random. Who's at the
89,
door?
89
Is he?
matches. 89 matches for the Japanese national team.
No.
Hello, friend of the pod.
Watch the camera. Smile.
You're right, is he?
I'm good, you guys okay?
We're great, thank you.
Yeah, sorry.
I thought it's gone full circle. Ags invaded frame by frame. and
Yeah,
now
yeah,
frame
yeah.
had,
by
um,
frame.
I walked in on your podcast last
He's had a
week.
trial shift with AFC Bournemouth.
Oh,
What?
crazy.
I like he said trial shift.
Shift,
not
I know,
trial
yeah.
period. Like he's going to work in the bar.
Okay.
Vissel Kobe.
Still football related, but Proddy, I've got a job for you. I've got a video that I want you to get up.
Probably always fucking multitasking, by the way. This guy's got his laptop up, his phone up.
Can you look up Marta goal from, I think it was yesterday, but Marta in the NWSL scored.
Is she the
and-
goat?
She's retired now, hasn't she? No, Marta.
From
international
international.
football.
Yeah, but she's still going in the NWSL.
What was
Goal.
And she just scored a nasty goal yesterday. I saw it all over my Blue Sky feed.
What's the crack with Blue Sky then?
It's basically all the
Let's have a
liberals.
look at
All
it.
the liberals have ditched Twitter to go to Blue Sky. But yeah, Marta scored this just filthy goal.
Is the NWSL the like
Oh.
American one?
Oh.
Okay, now.
Yeah,
Lovely.
So she's basically female Messi.
Yeah.
pretty much. She just sat down.
Fucking hell.
She's relentless. She's about 40 now, isn't she?
Yeah, she's getting on.
Look at fireworks.
Yeah.
Oh,
She played
shooting.
for Orlando. Yeah,
I do just bloody love American sports. There's just something about them, man.
Yeah, it was a great goal. But yeah, she played in. I think the last World Cup that she played in was her 7th.
Jesus.
It's ridiculous. Something mental.
And now she's retired from Brazil, but
Fair.
although she did get sent off in her last game, I'm pretty sure.
I quite like that. Just let them know you're there.
Like you know who else got sent off in their last ever international game?
Who?
Zinedine Zidane.
Did
He
it?
did, yeah.
Yeah, the
Lifted the
headbutt.
World Cup at the end of it, didn't
No,
No, they lost the World Cup, didn't they? Penalties.
I thought you're asking the wrong person. You could ask the guy. next to you.
2006 World Cup.
Oh,
final.
what's his name? Who scored the? It was a screamer of a goal, wasn't it? In extra time.
Was that?
Someone's at home screaming at their
No.
their TV.
It was, wasn't it?
No, the World Cup final was 1-0. Zidane scored a Panenka penalty.
Any
Yeah.
chance of muting your laptop, Joe?
I can try.
Fucking dick.
State of it.
Zidane scored a Panenka that like went off the bar and just over the line. And then he got sent off for headbutting Marco Materazzi.
Can I just say
Materazzi,
we've missed a huge moment of sport this week? By the way, we've not spoken about Luke Littler.
No, we haven't.
Which we should do because we're going to wrap up in a second.
Did you watch the Grand Slam of
I've
darts?
watched the highlights now.
Oh my word! I was watching it yesterday in bed. Fantastic.
He is just scary, any Luke Littler.
Scary. What is most scary is that it's not like all of his games are blowouts. The final against Martin Lukeman was a blowout. He won 16-3. And his quarterfinal was also a blowout. He won that one 16-3 as well. But it was his comeback. His resilience is unbelievable.
Yeah.
The semi-final, which was basically the final, it felt like Luke Littler against two-time world champion Gary Anderson. And first to 16 legs, Littler kind of takes the early lead. He goes 5-2 up, I think. And then Gary Anderson hits back. He's, I think, 30-something years older than Littler. I think it's like 37 years older. Because do you know how old Luke Littler is, guys? Crazy.
I don't actually. How old is he?
He's 17.
No,
man.
he isn't.
Crazy.
You're joking.
You know what? He doesn't look 17,
He
does he?
doesn't look 17.
No, he's got a beard and all.
That's mental,
You know,
that.
I reckon they've been serving him pints for years. I can't keep going with this. But, yeah. So Gary Anderson then comes charging back, and it looks like Littler's rattled. He goes 13-9 down in a first to 16. And basically all Anderson has to do is hold his throw, because they alternate who goes first each leg. But Littler came back, he was very close to hitting 9 darters, just hitting everything. And the thing about Littler is he does these crazy combination finishes. Like, he had 40 left at one point. So you think he goes for he had 50 left. So you'd think he'd go
10 tops.
10 tops.
Yeah.
He goes triple 10, double 10.
He's such a weirdo. I love him, but my favourite thing that came out of all this was the Martin Lukeman interview, where he was talking about what Luke Littler does before the match, and he said the quote that I've seen sort of bandied around a lot is he had a curry, a boost, and some squashies. He's a joke. He is literally he's just a kid in the pub who's good at darts. He's just a kid who happened to be quite good at darts, and I love it. I want more sports people like that who are just normal people who just happen to be really good at the thing they do. Because I feel like as sport goes on, and like fitness and all that, and the kind of technology we have gets better and better, you start to see less of that. Like
becomes less attainable, doesn't it?
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
So I've just seen Joe whip out a second laptop on top of his laptop.
I've been sent a message
Could be the move.
Sent a message from my boss saying I need to process a monster payment. I'm scared.
To be fair, we're going to wrap up now anyway. I don't think we've got
Yeah.
unless you boys want to do a quick tennis update.
Alfie?
Yeah.
Beep, 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 beep.
I can do. So Sinners won the Nitto ATP finals.
Shout out to the cinema.
And obviously it's the final tournament of the season. And I think it was 1986.
All right.
Was the last time that someone won a title without dropping a set.
Shit.
So breaking more records as the season goes on. Obviously, you put a little question here, Jimmy.
Yeah, I asked you earlier
Yeah.
to have a little think before
Mhm.
we came on pod. Because I've seen the comparison between these two players' seasons bandied about, and I wanted to get your thoughts on it. Sinner 2024 or Andy Murray 2016?
Yeah. It's interesting because obviously they're quite similar kind of seasons. Murray won 9 titles, Sinners won 8. But I think for me, I'm going to say Andy Murray, just because it was kind of around the time it was like really getting into tennis. That Wimbledon, it's kind of, I just remember it so vividly, being at my grandma's.
His
Wasn't
second
it?
Wimbledon.
Yes.
Yeah.
And obviously Sinner's season's been kind of quite controversial with his doping allegations. Not to take anything away from what he's achieved, but yeah.
No, I do think that puts a bit of a stain on it.
Yeah,
Like
it definitely does.
the whatever you want to make of it.
Mhm.
Whether you think there was an honest mistake there and he was duped by his physio, or whether you think he was microdosing, he clearly wasn't held to the same standard as other tennis players have been
Mhm.
on it. He wasn't suspended straight away. He was allowed to play through Indian Wells. So, yeah, I think that puts a little bit of a dampener on it for me personally.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, if you take that away from it, it's been a very impressive season. He's kind of quite consistent in the fact that he's been at least in a quarter-final every tournament he's been in.
yeah, I'm going through it now. So, he's won both hard court Grand Slams,
Yeah.
one Aussie Open and US Open,
Mhm.
one in Rotterdam, one Miami. Got to the semi-finals on clay, and then he wins on grass in Halle,
Yeah.
and then wins Cincinnati, wins US Open, wins Shanghai, and wins the ATP Finals.
And had he been in the Olympics, I think he would have probably been a
Mm.
challenger for that as well.
Yeah, didn't he pull out with tonsillitis?
Tonsillitis,
Yeah.
It's a bit of a
But,
poor
like,
excuse to pull out of the Olympics, isn't it?
you
Yeah,
know,
what are you going to do when your tonsils are trying to kill you?
I'm looking at Murray's season now though, and just he got to a final on clay
Yeah, which is kind of rogue.
because he was like, no offense to Murray, he was not good on clay.
No.
He got to the final of Roland Garros, and he got smacked by Djokovic in the final. Although he did take a set off of him,
Mhm.
which is impressive. He lost 2 Grand Slam finals that year to Djokovic. Lost Aussie Open final. Lost French Open final. Wins Queens. Wins Wimbledon. Wins the Olympics. And
Won
then
the
to
tour
finish
finals.
his year-end number 1, he was like 4,500 points behind Djokovic. And then he wins 5 tournaments on the spin, including the ATP finals against Djokovic in the final, to then finish his year-end number 1, which was crazy. Like, just peak Murray.
Shame he wasn't the same afterwards.
Oh, shame his hip just combusted. But so I think that, you know, I watched tennis back then, but I wasn't like massive into it.
I definitely think I've watched more this year.
But he
than
was
I-
like, he was
yeah.
definitely. I think it was definitely like a case of there being a big 4, not
Definitely.
the kind of big 3 that you kind of think of now.
Mhm.
Like between 2011, 2012, and 2016, Murray was in those conversations.
Mhm. He was. Who would you say is now the kind of that could be along the same level as the big 4?
Well, you've got Sinner and Alcaraz,
Mhm. Then after that, it's kind of
and then after that, there's
Yeah.
no one else. Like these two are going to be the big tennis rivalry for the next 5 years at least, possibly more. They're going to win most of the Grand Slams
Mhm.
over the next decade. There's going to have to be a new up and comer because the generation that came after Djokovic, Nadal, Federer was supposed to be your Dominic teams, your Medvedevs,
Yeah.
your Zverevs,
Mhm.
and those lot have like 2 Grand Slams between them. Medvedev's got a US Open, and Team's got also a US Open.
Yeah.
Team's now retired.
Mhm.
Medvedev is not as good as the other 2.
No.
Possibly only on hard court, but even then he was nowhere near. He's also a serial bottler, that guy. And then Zverev is a dick, first of all,
Very much so.
and he's not there either.
No.
And I don't think Fritz is good enough,
No.
as much as I quite like Fritz. I don't think Tommy Paul's anywhere near. I don't think Ben Shelton's anywhere near. I don't think Jack Draper's anywhere near. You know, I don't think Casper Ruud's anywhere near.
No.
I don't think Holger Rune
I
is
think-
anywhere near.
Rude and Rune are always the 2 really rogue ones that are always in like the big competitions, and I just find them really random names to be there. Like they was in this, I think Rude was in the ATP finals. He was also in, one of them was in the 6 Kings Slam, which is kind of a bit of a rogue person to put in there, considering kind of you've got a big 6, but obviously not
Yeah.
kind of the same level as before.
Looking at some of the other like people filling out the top 10,
You've got Demon,
Rublev, who can't get past a quarter-final. Demon, who I like, but
it struggles a lot.
like that guy's fitness isn't
Mhm.
the best. And then apart from that, you're scrolling down. Tsitsipas again was part of that generation. He should have
To be
been
fair,
cleaning up.
beyond the top 2 of Sinner and Alcaraz, it kind of rotates a lot
Mm.
around the decision.
You know, all in good sport. Favourite Alexander Bublik. Maybe one
Yeah,
day.
he's back, he's back.
Maybe one day Bublik will, you know,
No.
Maybe Bublik will taste the title.
I would love to see that.
Yeah. I think we're going to end it there.
I think we are going to end it there, yeah. Again, we're getting very good at keeping this to an hour, and I'm a big fan of that.
It's
But
good,
yeah,
yeah.
no, it's been a nice one. A good episode. Obviously, we've got football back next week.
Yeah.
I'm sure there'll be a lot to
Yeah,
talk about.
it's
then.
been nice to avoid talking about.
I like talking about football for 10 minutes, and after that, I'm good. But yeah, it's been a good episode. Hopefully this is out before Proddy's birthday. But remember, if you've got to the end, text Proddy. Tell him
Wish
happy
him a happy
birthday.
birthday on Wednesday.
Yeah, he deserves it. He does a
We're gonna
lot.
get some
We love you,
really
Proddy.
Random messages.
Allegedly.
Happy birthday.
Yeah,
in
Limson, you're
advance.
getting LinkedIn messages from like my mum.
Happy birthday in advance.
But yeah, no. So do that. Like, subscribe, share, comment. Tell someone you love them.
Love you, Krish.
Love you too, Joe. And then yeah, other than that, have a nice week.
Keep blocking out the haters.
Yeah, do that, I guess. And has anyone got a quote to leave us on?
Confucius once said, "Never eat yellow snow."
Yeah. I've been Krish Tarkle.
I'll be Joe Rainbow.
I've been Jimmy Blackburn.
I've been Alfie Langford.
See you next week.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Bye.